everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me today. And today we're going to be making some fun cards using the chipboard tags and cogs that are found in the March card kit. And these also can be found over at the Trace Jolie shop. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, for all our tags, these are the chipboard tags that are in the card kit. We're going to go ahead and place glue on the tags and then cover the tops of them with the pattern paper. And you can decide on which pattern paper you would like to use. Once you have your items glued on, then you're just going to go ahead and cut the excess paper away from the tag. And I find it's easier to do that than to cut the tag or cut the paper and then put it on the tag and measure it and all that kind of stuff. It's just easier to cut it away from the chipboard. Next, I'm going to go ahead and ink around the chipboard paper, chipboard and the paper, I should say. And I believe I'm using walnut stain. Next, you're going to go ahead and draw a tag on a scrap piece of paper and just draw around it. Then you're going to cut on the inner side of that line. So this tag, I want to make it smaller so it will fit inside of the tag itself. And we're going to also trim this up so it will be smaller. And then we're going to also paper this and then cut a hole in it. So it's kind of going to be like a pocket. It's going to be really cool. So you'll see here in a minute how we're going to do this. So the back side of the paper or the front side, we're just going to go ahead and use that scrap that we just cut everything out of for the front of our tag. And I'm just going to go ahead and cover the front of the paper tag using that same paper. And then again, I'm just gluing that to the back and then cut around it. Now again, we're going to need this a little smaller, so I do cut this down a little bit more because I want it to be again, I want it to fit on the inside of the tag but have a border. So next I went ahead and used a little eyelet on top, and then here is a circle. Now this circle is about, I think it's about a 1.5 inch circle, or it might be a 1 1/4 inch circle. And you're just going to go ahead, and I went ahead and traced the circle in the middle of this tag because I wanted to know where to punch it. I wanted it to be right in the center. So that's why I went ahead and drew, kind of traced around that circle. After you get your circle cut and everything, you're going to go ahead and ink the outer edge of that tag and the inner edge of that circle. And then we're going to come back in and we're going to cut another little tag. Now this little tag is actually going to be a little bit smaller because that one is actually going to slide inside of that smaller tag. And so I am going to again use the tag that we cut with the hole, and we're going to trace that tag. And then we're going to make that a little smaller so that will fit inside of our tag with the punched hole. Next, after you cut that little piece out, you're going to go ahead, and I just cut out some of the ephemera from the little paper that we got from in the card kit. And to give you some measurements, this little tag measures about 1.5 by 2 7/8. Okay, that's how small this little tag that I'm inking is. Okay, the punched hole tag is actually measures about 3 5/8 and 1 3/4. So that's how big that little tag is. And then you're going to go ahead and just add some glue to the edges. Remember to leave one opened so that way you can slide that little tag inside of there. Now the little ephemera piece that we glued together, that's going to go on the end of the little man, the little tag that has the man on it, that's going to go on there because that's going to be your little puller to pull him out and in. Now, if you want to, you can definitely stick a gift card in here instead. It's totally up to you. I just thought it was super cute for a Father's Day card and or for a Father's Day tag for a gift or whatever you want to use it for. I just thought it, or maybe a birthday or something. I just thought it was super cute. And then you're going to go ahead and punch a hole in it and put an eyelet in it. And I just thought that that was super cute. So here, I think it wouldn't fit, so I went ahead and cut it down, probably about a 1/4 inch I cut off. You'll just cut it down till it fits inside of your little pocket there. And there it goes. It's gonna, I think it slides in. If you want to cut it a little bit more, you can do that. I think I ended up cutting it just a tad more. I don't remember, but you'll just want to make it fit. So you'll just go ahead and cut it until it fits in there. And then here I just went ahead and cut out some more of the little ephemera pieces that were in the card kit and just used those to decorate around. Now the verbiage that I used, the sentiments, I actually got those from, I think it was last month's card kit, or it was maybe January's. I can't remember. It might have been January's, but I'll go ahead and link that down below so you can go ahead and grab those sheets because those have a lot of nice words like happy birthday, celebrate, and a bunch of other fun sentiments inside of that card kit. So now you can go ahead and slide in the little tag inside of your big tag. And now we're going to head on over to do another tag. Now this one, I went ahead and cut out this little picture of the door. And this one is in one of the cut apart areas. And I just cut this door out. And then I'm just going to go ahead and ink and distress the edges. And then we're going to go ahead and adhere that down to the tag just like that. And I just thought this door was so pretty I had to use it. Then I grabbed 2 of those little stamps that are inside of the kit and again just fussy cut those out, placed those on the bottom, and added some twine to the top of each of the tags. And that is about it. Next, we're going to go ahead and paint some tags. And this is the powdered brown, or it's kind of like a rustic brown that is inside of the mixed media kit. So I went ahead and painted that on top of a couple of the tags. And I really like how this looked. It just looks really super vintagey and cool. So went ahead and painted 2 of the tags that, and then we're going to go ahead and I painted 2 of the cogs black. And that is also in the mixed media kit. Next, I went ahead and used some of the crackle paste or crackle stuff that we've got in a kit back past kit, and I went ahead and placed that on top of each of the tags, and I also did it on top of the cogs. Now on the cogs you really couldn't see it very well, but once it dries, I went ahead and grabbed the Jewel, it's called Jewel, it's a Tiger's Eye Stones, and it's an effect paste. And we got this in one of our past kits, and I went ahead and just placed that and kind of dabbed this all over the cogs and on top of the kit tags once they were dry. And if it is still available, I'll link it down below so you can grab some of this because this is awesome and I just love it. And then I did one of the cogs just with that on there. So again, it is called Jewel Effect Paste. It's Tiger Eye Stones. It's really cool. Then once that dried, I went ahead and came back in with a little bit of black paint that is a little bit watered down and kind of swiped that on top. And I know you can't see the cracks on it, but they are there and it looked really cool. I love how it turned out. I glued 2 of the cogs down And then I went ahead and grabbed one of the metal frames from the card kit that we got, and I put that cut out high. That is from one at the back of the sheet of in the card kit, one of the papers, and I just framed it, and then went ahead and stuck those two cogs down, and then just placed them down just like that, and then we're going to stick that on top of the tag. And I did put foam tape so that way it would lift up and be the same height as the cogs. So here in just a minute you'll see. That way it's not kind of laying catty-wonky. And then we're going to go ahead and add some other little things in here. Okay, so I did add some other things up on top, and these are, again, are just items, little images that are in the kit that are on one of the papers that's in the kit, and you just cut everything out, and they're so perfect for the tags. I absolutely love them. And then for this next tag, there were a couple of little slanted pockets on there, so cut a couple of them out, and we're going to use this one on one of the tags. And I went ahead and added the metal piece down there in the corner. And then we're going to go ahead, and I went ahead and cut out some more of the small square images, and then I decided to go ahead and place some of, like, put one in kind of inside the pocket a little bit, and nothing's like really glued down yet. I'm gluing as I go, or as you know I need to, or how I put it together. This little alphabet piece is actually from one of the sheets again, and I cut it out to use it as a border. Then we go ahead and I cut out this little tag. Now there's little teeny tiny tags in this kit, and like I said, these little papers are perfect for these tags, and these are great for like Father's Day, tags for presents or to put on cards, which we're going to do here in a bit, and I'll show you some of the cards that we're going to be doing. And then this, I went ahead and tore this piece, and we're going to go ahead and just place that on top there. We're going to ink this up first with some walnut stain, and then we're going to go ahead and add this on top. Before we add that other piece on top, I went ahead and just inked all over my tag with the walnut stain, and then went ahead and adhered down the alphabet torn page, and then this door that I fussy cut out. Then I went ahead and fussy cut out another little tag with this little butterfly on it, and then we're going to just stick that down. And then I came in with this lady, and I thought she was pretty cool, so I went ahead and just fussy cut all the way around her. Then we're going to stick her down. I didn't stick her down yet, and then I also stuck down the other another metal piece on top. And then I found this little saying, it says illuminate, and I went ahead and stuck that on the little metal tag piece that is inside of the kit. Now if you looked over at what the reveal was, you'll see you get a whole bunch of different metal pieces, and they're so cool. And so I went ahead and stuck that down up on top, and I just adhered it down. And then I found this little lantern, and I fussy cut that out. Now it was a little bit small, but we made it work. And fussy cut that out, went ahead and adhered that down, and then the lady up on top. And I just thought this tag was super cool. I really liked it and how it turned out. So I hope that you're getting tons of inspiration from these tags and how to use either what's in your stash, or maybe you order the kit and you can make some tags for Father's Day. And we're going to be making some cards here. So I went ahead and cut out some cards, and I believe that the first one, I have to get my measurements here, just one second. And I tore some pieces of the paper that we have in the card kit. Now the first card, it measures at 4¼ by 6½, and then I just went ahead and cut my mats out, you know, down from there, about maybe 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch down. And then again, I had some of this old newspaper. Actually, it was a bag that I had in my stash, and I went ahead and just tore it and inked it, and then went ahead and placed that down. And then I tore the paper that has the clock and the cogs on it and the pipes, tore that up and stuck that down on. Of course, I inked around the edges and everything of the paper and the little newspaper as well. And then I'm sticking down one of the tags, the pocket, the extra pocket that's in the cuttable part of the sheets that we got, and one of the cogs. And I just thought that this card turned out super cool. And that pocket is open, so if you wanted to, you could definitely stick, you know, something extra inside, like maybe if you want to slide in a gift card or something. It's totally up to you. And that is it for that card, and then you can decorate the inside accordingly, however you want. Now the second card measures about 4¼ by 5½, and you're just going to fold over the top flap so it, you know, kind of has a little opening. Now I was going to roll in the sides. I really like doing that, and then I just forgot because I just added my paper, got busy decorating it, and then I forgot. So I went ahead and cut out everything to decorate this. Now that rest paper is actually from my stash, so you can you know, add papers if you have any of those in your stash. Definitely do that. Because I want all of my pieces to look vintagey, I went ahead and distressed all the edges that are going to be placed down on this card. And I think I did that for most of my cards. I just distressed all of them. And then I grabbed this piece and I went ahead and placed that on the inside. That is actually part of this piece right here. So I went ahead and stuck that. It's like a book binding. It shows the binder or the spine on the book, and I just thought that was super cool, so I went ahead and stuck that on there. Next, I'm grabbing the tag and I'm going to go ahead and place that on top, and you're done. Okay, so next, this is our last thing we're going to be making, which is a card. And what I did is I took some of that bag that I had, and I cut it up and I stuck it on some black cardstock, went ahead and made a little banner out of this. And then the card base that we're going to be using is actually 4½ by 6½, and so you'll cut it, like, you know, a little longer, of course, and then you'll go ahead and fold that in half. I went ahead and cut my mats down about 1/8 of an inch or 1/4 of an inch down from the mat. Then I put some of the cogs down, and I went ahead and cut out one of the little pictures. I thought this was super cute, and that little chipboard stamp is actually from the shop, and I just thought that that was super cute, so I put the little balloon on that. Stuck some little foam tapes behind the tag to raise it up on the other side, and that's it. Okay, you guys, so we finished our steampunk tags and cards, and I just think they turned out so cool. I love how this one turned out with the high in the middle of this frame, and then we went ahead and stacked it with some cogs that we painted, and then went ahead and put some little tags and stuff behind it. And then I went ahead and used some of my twine and some of my seam binding and did a little frilly up on top. I think that looks so cool. And then we went ahead and made this card with the tags that we made, and I just think that looks spectacular. So fun, right? And then of course you can go ahead and place whatever paper you want inside of your card, and then write your message. And I just think that that is such a really cool card. I think these cards would be, and these tags would be great for Father's Day. And then this one says celebrate today. This one pulls out and says happy birthday. You could definitely stick that on a card or on a package or something. I just think that is super cool. And we went ahead and did a little eyelet right here, added some of the little numbers and cut out some of the little ephemera pieces that are in the card kit. I just think that is such a cool idea. I just love that. And so there's that. Then this one we did another card, again, for Father's Day. Just a really cool little card. And up here you can go ahead and place a happy birthday sentiment up in through here or on the side. I just think this is super cool. Definitely super vintage and super looks so cool. I just think it looks so cool. And then this one, we've used one of the pockets from the ephemera sheet, and you could definitely, you know, stick maybe a little gift card inside of it or something. Here you have your tag that you made with the little cogs. We used some of the cardstock from the card kit here. And I just think that this looks super cool. And then again, on the inside, you can go ahead and you can decorate this however you would like. And just love how these turned out. And so there are your tags and your cards, you guys. Tags that you could go ahead and place on cards. And you can do this with any of the tags that we've made in the past or in the future when we make them. I just think it's a really fun way to decorate the front of your card. And yeah. So thank you guys so much. I have all of the links down below for you. Take care. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Thanks for joining me today, y'all. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial, and head on over to Trace Jolie to check out their shop. Please give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, and comment, and join me Friday nights at 4:30 Central Time.